Right now in Wilkes County, the State Bureau of Investigation is assisting Wilkesboro police as they look into an in-custody death. Officers conducted a traffic stop last night at a rest area on Highway 421. We're told police arrested 2 people after finding illegal drugs in their car. Police say one of the people suffered a medical issue while in a patrol vehicle. The department says officers rendered aid and called EMS. That person was taken to the hospital where they died. A 60-day moratorium on data centers is now in effect in Mount Airy. A live look now over downtown this afternoon. All city commissioners voted in favor of the freeze at their meeting last night. There was a public comment period on the matter, but no one chose to speak. The moratorium applies to both new and expanded data center developments within city limits. On Monday, Yadkin County commissioners are set to discuss a proposed data center moratorium. The meeting agenda says the board will look at setting a public hearing for their August 17th meeting. The 1-year freeze would include data processing facilities, cryptocurrency mining operations, and similar establishments. County staff says the pause is needed so they can update its land use plan to include data centers. Also on Monday, Alamance County commissioners are set to discuss a possible moratorium on data centers. The board is set to hear a presentation at their meeting. It begins at 6:30 in the commissioners' meeting room on West Elm Street in Graham. Meantime, Davidson County commissioners are talking about a 6-month pause on data center development. The proposal follows concerns from residents about potential pollution, noise, and higher energy bills. Right now, county staff is starting work on drafting the text of a moratorium. Residents are pushing to pause development so commissioners can study how to regulate centers and protect people and resources.
Please do not approve any data centers until you've done the proper research, because just the noise alone, 24/7, 365, the people who have to live around that.
Davidson County commissioners will revisit the proposed moratorium at their meeting next month. No vote has been scheduled yet. Rockingham County Schools is no longer allowing its students to bring metal water bottles to school. This new rule will be in effect this fall. The district says containers have been used to hide vapes and other prohibited items. Students are allowed to have clear plastic water bottles with them during the school day. And this news comes after Winston-Salem Forsyth County Schools announced a rule banning metal water bottles and tumblers. The new rule also will begin this fall. District officials say containers have been used to injure students and staff members. Another headlines now. In a primetime address Thursday night, President Donald Trump raised doubts about the U.S. elections ahead of the midterms. He also ordered the release of declassified documents alleging them as proof of foreign interference in the 2020 election that he claims was stolen from him. Alice Barr has details on the speech and reaction.
Good evening.
Swift reaction to President Trump's primetime address raising doubts about election security.
No country could be great without fair and honest elections.
The president announced the declassification of intelligence reports now posted online that he said revealed vulnerabilities to possible hacking and foreign interference, repeating his long-held claims about electronic voting systems.
They're vulnerable and they're easily compromised.
Though he did not offer any proof that American machines have been compromised. Democrats argue the president is aiming to undercut the upcoming midterm elections that will determine control of Congress and the future of his agenda.
The president is sowing doubt in an election that he knows he's about to lose.
The president accused China of meddling, pointing to a finding that the Chinese obtained voter registration information for tens of millions of Americans, though those files are readily available to purchase and do not include how people actually voted. He did not offer new information that any foreign governments were able to alter the results of the 2020 election or any other.
Our purpose in disclosing this information is not to weaken confidence in election, but to earn that confidence by confronting vulnerabilities and correcting them very, very quickly.
President Trump also made claims about non-citizens being registered to vote, though that's not the same as casting a ballot, which he did not claim happened in election-altering ways. He urged Congress to pass the Save America Elections Overhaul bill that requires proof of citizenship and voter ID, but that Republicans say does not have enough votes to pass the Senate. Election experts say the database that may have been used to analyze non-citizen voter registries often flags newly naturalized citizens as non-citizens. And again, while President Trump repeatedly referred to the 2020 election, years of court rulings, recounts, and audits have not found evidence of widespread fraud to overturn his loss to Joe Biden. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Before the president's address, North Carolina's Senator Thom Tillis criticized the Save America Act on the Senate floor. Senator Tillis said it would be impossible to implement the act in time for the November elections.
What we're going to do, if we continue down this path, is to convince the American people that you can't count on your election results. And that is dangerous. If you see voting improprieties in your state, report them. There are tools right now to investigate them. But don't further undermine the confidence of the American people by saying, my goodness, they can't get this implemented, the election must be invalid.
The North Carolina State Board of Elections has approved new rules to make it easier for officials to throw out ballots during the 2026 midterms and beyond. The changes make it simpler for election staff to reject people's excuses for not having required voter ID. It also reduces the complexity of kicking people out of polling places. The Elections Board plans to vote Monday on similar rules, making it easier to throw out mail-in ballots. Before any of the changes become official, they must be approved by the state's Rules Review Commission.